Hello, folks. Welcome to Friday, or I was about to say Friday night. It is. It is Wednesday night. Primetime Pioneer. We are back on stream tonight with Pioneer. I'm Randy. This is Charles. How you doing, Charles?
Doing pretty good. Excited to be here.
Yeah, you're going to be playing an invitational soon, and the format got changed on you. It's Pioneer and Modern.
Yeah, I won my IQ as standard, and then had to change it to Pioneer and Modern. They announced it a week ago that it was changing.
Yep, and I want to all those viewers that are starting to come in, welcome to the stream. This time in the feature match, we have Daren Grimes. He's playing Esper Control. He's playing against his good friend Logan Suter, who's playing Cat Combo. We're gonna knock on the wall. That'll let them know to start their clock,
Messed up big time.
and I'll start their clock as well. Super exciting stuff here.
So Logan is playing Cat Combo, correct?
Yep.
Until it gets banned.
It's officially banned on Friday,
Yep.
so he gets one last grasp at playing it.
And Daren will be playing Esper Control.
Okay.
Yeah, Esper Control we saw last week go to a 5-0 finish here. I don't know if it's the same Esper Control as the one that Caleb Mangrum was playing last week. He's here tonight as well. So there's a tune with Aether getting 2 energy,
And then it'll be your turn. Good.
and he's going to get a basic land. He gets a forest.
It's good to see a tune still strong. It was strong in Pioneer during its time, and now it's making its comeback in Pioneer. So
Okay.
I personally think it's going to be the next card banned.
I feel like I have to be like my turn. Okay. Untap.
I don't want it to be.
Okay.
Well,
So I
so-
go back to my roots.
Draw.
So the Marvel decks,
Okay.
there's enough with a tune. You can get enough energy on turn 4 to automatically activate Marvel and get a Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, on the field, or cast it, which casting it exiles 2 of your opponent's permanents. So by slowing the Marvel deck by that turn 1 energy play with a tune, it makes it so Marvel can still get played. That way, players can definitely set up for it and have answers. Now, there are answers for it. When Marvel was really at its height in Standard, there was no Pithing Needle, there was no Sorcerer's Spyglass, but those cards do exist.
Yeah. So Logan grabs a island with his second attune.
I think Logan is very unfamiliar with the deck. He probably should have grabbed a
Plains. Yeah.
because he does have a Aether Hub, which that can make the white source.
I just feel like I'm playing standard again, like 2 years ago.
So Daren, I know that you can't hear them, but I can hear them. And Logan just made a comment. He feels like he's playing standard from 2 years ago. It's actually like 3 years ago. But
Yeah.
Rogue Refiner. It's ETBs.
Rogue Refiner is going to let him draw a card,
Gets 2 more
This
energy.
card was banned.
and he draws another Botanical Sanctum. So I believe he's going to probably play a different land. He's got a bunch of lands
I'm not gonna lie.
in his hand.
Lands in my hand right now. Yeah. Sand.
So back to
This guy's really leading the charge.
Marvel. How do you feel that Wizards is gonna come about?
Go ahead.
Like you said, they said aggressive bannings every Monday
Comment.
is when they'll announce it.
Well, I think one of the things is that they have to make the bannings immediately, which they did not do. They're letting the cat combo. The effective date is Friday, so now you're going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get results from Moto to help determine how that impacted it before the next ban list. So I think it's actually going to be every 2 weeks. Unless
I can
they
see
ban
that.
it immediately, like Monday, if Cat Combo was banned immediately, the players who were playing it, who had it online, they're going to continue playing it because you know what? Hey, I know that Friday's the official date, but if I can go 5-0 a couple times,
So Logan grabs a Sahili with his Oath of Nissa.
yeah, Oath of Nissa getting banned as well, and I think it's getting banned because the fact that there are so many Planeswalkers now.
It's
In the
pretty good,
format.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Spell.
Go ahead.
Spell Pierce, really good.
Word spell pierces. Woo! I love it.
But again, with Oath of Nissa being in there, 5-color Planeswalkers would probably be the next predominant control deck to get built.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, well, Oath of Nissa being able to pick up a creature, a land, or a Planeswalker, very powerful. You get to look at the top 3. Now we have a Teferi to worry about. Is he really going to bounce a creature that's going to let him draw a card? That's kind of crazy here.
My turn combo kitty. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Yeah, so now he can play the Oath of Nissa.
Oath of Nissa.
Hopefully, he can find a white source.
Well,
'cause
there's a
Wicca-
Chandra. I would show the Chandra because he can just play the Chandra right now
Yeah.
and start ticking it up to get mana or shoot things.
I haven't missed, so yeah, you did.
So yeah, play the Chandra, tick up.
You got it.
Because Harness Lightning is only creature.
I can
Correct.
cast it. I let you take
Yep.
it.
What needs to be banned, Sam Suter?
Go ahead.
As Daren goes down to 2. Hey, real quick while we take a look at it, Daren. Daren just recently made his way to the Pro Tour as he won a Mythic Championship qualifier.
Yes, he was playing Golgari Adventures.
Yep, Golgari
And
Adventures. And
From
Did-
what Logan was telling me, they specifically fine-tuned it
Ocha!
to beat up on Oko.
yep.
And you have to ferry.
This one's a hard one because now Ojutai's out.
How's he dead? You're gonna take up.
Oath is banned.
I mean, like.
Oath is banned Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's dead.
Yep, Oath of Nissa will be banned Friday.
So is it damage to you or damage to him?
So the deck that Logan's playing, you will not see it again next week.
Good.
Correct.
Not yet.
Makes me sad.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It'd be nice if he got an Oko, but is that a Sahili?
Yeah, see,
Or you could take
Whirler.
the Whirler's really good because the way that Ojutai works. And let's bring up Dragon Lord Ojutai.
Play this card in sideboard. It like Grixis.
Plays a mountain for turn.
I'm going to add 2 red names.
So Dragon Lord Ojutai has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Whenever Dragon Lord Ojutai deals combat damage to a player, so now he'll be able to have Thopters to block the Dragon Lord, and it's going to buy him some more time.
Draw a card.
And because it's an ability, he can still activate it even with Teferi on the field for Whirler Rogue Virtuoso. So that's a pretty good draw there, or decision that he made, getting the Whirler Rogue over Sahili.
Took up to 3.
He's looking for Thopters. Probably don't have any Thopters in there.
Land.
Eh. Although we should have Thopters. Thopters are currently in... No, they were last year's standard.
Now we have foods and servos, I believe.
Make a.
Still, I think we still have servos.
Chip it.
Can't remember
So-
exactly.
So now he's able to chump block it, and with that Harness Lightning, he can get rid of Ojutai on the field on his turn. And he gets a free attack at Teferi. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. That's even better.
Yeah, I think
Alright, combat.
you don't waste
Yeah.
your harness lightning
We'll send
here.
3 to. We'll send. Yeah, we'll send
I
3 to
feel-
32 of you.
But,
So Teferi's going to go down.
and he swung at Daren with his whirler.
Yep.
Hate that card. Resolve.
So here we see
Make
Oko,
that an elk.
and he's going to turn the dragon into an elk.
No longer a dragon.
Yep. Which is really unique because it turns off the Fatal Push that's in Darren's hand instead of getting rid of
That's an elk.
that.
Okay.
What turns off the fatal push?
Well, the fact that he did. So what turned it off is Fatal Push can't target the Rogue Refiner or the Whirler Virtuoso because their CMC is 3. Had he Harness Lightning Dragon Lord, that Fatal Push would have been turned on to kill one of those creatures, most likely the Whirler Rogue Virtuoso.
I have missed.
Can't he still fatal push because he lost to Fairy?
Oh, he could have. You're right. You're right. But I don't know if
He's-
Darren's seeing that.
Okay.
I forgot that Teferi was
Really?
enabled the revolt. Oh, and he caught it.
Push it.
I'll spend
11
3.
energy can make 3
I'll make
stops,
3 flyers.
which he chooses to do so.
And that's pretty good.
He gets pushed.
Another interesting thing is he could have just ticked down Chandra to kill the elk.
Yep.
But he has the Harness Lightning.
He's
Hieroglyphic
looking for a target.
Illumination.
They said I want to whack the board.
Tap.
Yeah.
I can't tap correctly.
Draw
Draw turn.
Else for turn. It's starting to look like.
So he has
Logan's running
another
away with this
Teferi
one.
in there. That looks to be a Scarab God,
Excuse me.
This, oh, that's untapped too. By the way.
which Scarab God's pretty good because if he can Whirler Rogue, bring in Whirler Rogue, he can get a Thopter of his own
Yep.
with Scarab God.
Is
This is
Rogue
my
Refiner exiled? Oh yeah.
It's
because,
currently in the graveyard.
Chandra, no, he plussed with Chandra.
Yeah.
And it exiled the rogue because he's
Oh,
gonna play it.
good. It's alright.
So
Shoot.
his only target would be Whirler Ochiosa.
That's my only blue source. That's gross.
But getting Whirler
Why not, man?
Rogue
Go for it.
Vorcerosa is pretty good. Opt.
Need another one of those.
Opt, I
Yeah,
think, is
English
going
somebody.
to be the
Real
mainstay cantrip for Magic
If you anger somebody, I mean,
For Pioneer format?
for every format.
For every format?
Well, for
I feel like
Standard
it's
and
going to
Pioneer.
just die.
Yeah.
It's gonna ult, isn't it?
It's gonna ult. It can't die this turn.
I feel like you won. Honestly.
He could play the. So Teferi can't bounce other planeswalkers. Teferi Time Raveler, but if he had Teferi Hero of Dominaria, he could have tucked Chandra. And I've seen the Esper controlled decks running both versions of Teferi.
So if you cast any spell.
anything. It's 5.
Well, we'll play it out.
All right.
And I forgot Daren is at 13 because of Chandra. Now, what is the white card in his hand?
I didn't see it.
Oh. Yeah.
So you have.
What is that?
Huh.
Do you have 3 spells?
Take out. Make this a 3/3.
That loses flying.
It does lose flying.
What's this one?
It's a 3/2.
Okay, so
I guess I'm confused on what happened to the Chandra.
He ulted it. He's got an emblem.
Oh. Is it 7?
It is 7.
Okay.
Sure.
For some reason I thought it was 8.
Moving a box.
yeah, move the box.
Cast Harness Lightning. You take 5.
It's completely one-sided. Yeah.
I'll deal with 3 damage to the Champion.
Sure.
Move the blocks.
Darren's now at 8.
Block. Shoot.
It is 7, yeah. It's been so long since I played with that card that
Yeah, and it's such a great card.
And before damage. Twist it.
So you take 3, 4. Initial die.
What? Hold on, what?
Are you blocking the big guy?
Yeah, block with that 3.
Okay. Yeah.
How is he able to fatal push the Whirler Rogue
This is
Virtuoso?
3.
What did he lose?
I know, I'm not blocking it with the 3/3 yellow.
Okay. So you'll take 2. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
What
I
did
thought
what
you-
did Daren lose that was on the field? Did we miss something?
no,
Because he couldn't fatal push the Rogue Refiner.
he blocked it with the L.
Yeah,
He
but
had-
he pushed before combat damage.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Let me go check. Hold on.
I mean, I have a spell in my hand.
Hey, what triggered the revolt for you to push his Rogue Refiner?
I killed the Shambling then.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the Shambling Vent die.
You're good.
So it was Shambling Vent that died. We were busy looking up Chandra.
That's our bad.
All right, so that's game 1 as Logan takes it
Joke's on you. This is just teamer energy.
Apparently.
with Teamer Energy versus Combo.
Teamer energy.
Had to move
You go first, sir.
Duress. So yeah,
Oh,
you were
God.
correct. It was
Oh,
a trap.
God.
It's a very good tri-line, too.
I feel like I know what you take here.
What do you think he should take here?
Oath.
I think so. Because, like, if you take this, then it's just a bit of protected next time.
He's going to take Veil of Summer. That's very interesting.
You don't play it.
Yeah, it only protects you from blue and black,
I don't know what to do now.
which I guess.
Yep.
Shielded down. I want to play this.
I'd probably play the tap land and pass turn.
He's so many cards in me.
Probably just doing it so he can.
So he's going to play in a tune.
And I'm going to get. See, this gives me all colors. I just get a. flip it
See if Logan
down, I
fixes
guess.
his
There you go.
energy.
He should get a Plains. Nope, he gets a mountain. Which is, so, in this 4-color deck, getting a Plains is pretty good to get because he has a Saheeli in hand. He has the mana to cast Saheeli, especially if you play Oath next turn.
Nissan Ultimate.
You know,
How would you tap two?
I didn't miscount that.
How many planes does the cat combo normally run? Just one?
there's one.
Just one?
But he ended up getting an Aether Hub, which is the other white sources in the deck. And then the last white source is Servant of the Conduit, but usually against control matchups, you just side those out.
Feel like I'm gonna lose.
Shut there. Go ahead.
You can keep them in and trying to go fast.
I don't know. I don't know why you're shocked. I don't know what's happening.
Slumgar Scorn.
Servant.
Seems good.
Servant of the Conduit.
Next, okay.
So Daren allows that to stay.
Hit a gain an energy, spin an energy, get
Yeah. How many more? 2 more?
He'll get one more because he gained an energy, goes to 6 energy.
I have this, so
Should get a Plains now.
get
Oh, he gets an island.
Wasn't the play I thought you were going to go with.
He-
So,
So if he pulls a Feldar Guardian and he's like, how do I cast it? Thank goodness he does have an attune.
Yeah.
Janice Healy, so you can counter it. And then
How many
draw
players
a card.
playing tonight? We had 10? 10 players?
Yep.
Pretty good for a Wednesday.
let's see.
Uh,
Time Pioneer.
hey, if you read, because people have been telling me this all day, it's banned on Friday.
November
It's
8th.
effective November 8th. Today is the 6th.
Yep.
Chris Hutchinson, MTG.
Damn it, Khalid.
I'll bring it up for you, you know.
Yeah. It's all good.
I'm dead.
Please, go ahead.
So it takes effect, Chris, and I appreciate it, you know, because yes,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that it gets banned, but
I'm gonna scry and do it.
still
again.
playable today.
Oh, gotta bottom that card.
Darren's at 15.
Oh, yep.
And pass.
That's a pretty good one, as we see Kalitas.
Kalitas. He's pretty good.
I think he just. Yeah.
Game 3?
Excuse me.
So Kalitas dealing
I got
3 to
pass
Saheeli.
Two twice and playing an oath in it, so I wouldn't have 3 lands on my hand.
All right, cat off the top. That'd be funny.
Well, that's
Oko's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's got to play around the spell pierce, which he can do because he does have a servant if he remembers that.
Screw it. Okay. Please tell me this card resolves. Please tell me this card resolves.
In response?
No. No.
In
No.
response.
Cycle.
Oh, he's going to cycle trying to look for a counterspell.
Yeah. Woo! Make him an elk.
Immediately
This card's
turning
great.
it
Mama
to an
played
elk.
Sultai. What's wrong with it? Swing 2.
I think the swing is pretty bad here,
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Go ahead.
but he does have another Saheeli to back him up.
Anguish I'm making.
Anguish Unmaking, so he's going to take
Yeah, that's why we don't play that card.
take some damage from the Anguish Unmaking.
So I
Oh, no,
think
so Healy's gonna know it's all
personally,
falling apart.
I think maybe you should have anguished in response to the elk to get a zombie.
It's only when a creature leaves.
Is it leaves or dies?
If a creature would die, we'll have to bring up Kalitas.
It's been so long since I played these cards.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Logan with the Oath. Land.
Get this. Play a chance.
Okay.
Bottom those cards. Pass the turn.
So if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it. But if you're gonna Anguish Unmaking, it's not gonna die.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was leaves or dies.
5.
So Daren gets a hit in with Ojitai. That's pretty big here.
I don't have to show you, do I?
No.
Seems good.
Whenever you do combat damage, you have to exchange it with the
Oh,
other.
is that so?
Yeah.
So it's like a witch call talisman?
Too aggressive with the
Second
swing.
main.
I think he's pretty aggressive with the swing. It's pretty good.
You got it on slice.
Do I want to do this?
Yeah.
Is he holding another Kalitas in hand?
Do it.
Looks like a collector
Do it.
brutality.
Ooh.
Do it. Cassie, do it. Do it. Do it.
I don't know how good Collective Brutality is against this.
Collective brutality? First move?
What
Target opponent who kills his hand?
you get in sorcery or an instant?
Yeah. Okay.
I wish we could get that, but I brought it up.
That's okay.
There's Kalitas for you.
My turn?
Yeah. That good, huh?
Okay. You're in for it now.
Yeah.
Does he have the combo?
Shahib. One green floating. Pass turn.
I do not believe so.
So he's saving the Sahili from being attacked. I think that's the right move to do. Play it a little bit slow.
He has plenty of life right now, so
Why not?
Yeah. Well, Dragon Lord, he has no flyers. Detention Sphere is going to take care of both of those.
Just go ahead and decide those over there for me. Combat.
He's going to be able to get in for 8, putting him down to one more turn on his clock.
Oh, that's a good sound.
Oh, Dovin's veto.
Good.
Woo.
Alright, whatever, man. Sahili. No! No! No!
All right, so we're going to be going to a game 3.
Give me my servant back. Piece of trash.
These two being really good friends playing against each other. It's always funny when they do.
It's good.
I don't want to play Pioneer. The deck is banned anyway. Banned 'cause it sucks.
the cat combo.
Yeah, because
Just to
Oath
see.
helped you find the either half of the combo. Maybe banning Oath to see if the cat combo ends up being as quickly as it can.
Because now we'll
You
never
know.
know.
Yeah, and there were a lot of answers that could have been brought in, whether it be from, because you have to
Don't
-2
do it.
Sahili. Shock could have handled that. So it's just one of those things. Yep. So Daren is able to as we get back into the match, they just started playing pretty quick.
Yes, sir.
But Duress taking care of Sahili once again.
Yeah, I think with Thoughtseize being in the format, the rest, there's a lot of answers that were not available during its time in Standard.
Why does it look like they're playing in a closet? They're playing in a room,
Butter.
in a different room.
Puffage puff.
Looks like a closet, but that's just probably camera angles. It's a nice 12 by 12 room,
Two.
standard size.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'll grab it. You got it. There's a deck back in the day when like these cards were the big thing and whatever. Me and Dad.
Or is it? You're asking why doesn't it look like they're playing in a closet? Like they should be playing in a
One
closet.
red, one of the other enchantment, and it was like whenever you drew a card or something, Fevered Visions dealt 2 damage to you. And it was a Fevered Visions control deck where we would just play 4 of them and you would draw cards. It played 4 Dispel in the main board because the format was so instant heavy at the time. There was just like Grixis anti-meta. And I miss that deck too.
Scrap?
Sure.
I really like the
Keep.
new frontline games, Matt.
Yep, got to thank Mordheim Exotics. I can never say it right, but Anthony and his team for
Yeah.
getting it done for me. Scott being part of that team.
Oh, very nice.
Both players playing a little bit conservative here.
Can beat me to death with that.
Go ahead.
Conservative the conduit just getting in there for damage. As Logan's holding up counter spells.
And he's missing his land drops.
Yep. Otherwise, we'd be able to see some of the creatures he has, whether it be the Whirler, Rogue, Virtuoso, or Rogue Refiner. There's a Fable Passage.
Oh, land.
Making its presence known in all formats.
Card's pretty good. 12-18 in favor of Logan. So Daren's still looking for answers. Now, the one thing that Logan doesn't have is an answer for a creature.
I don't like it. It looks like somebody took your butthole and you're like, ooh.
It felt good.
Ooh.
That quench.
I get planes.
And here's an Ochitai.
And I did not land return that, right?
So now he's going to be able to play the Whirler, Rogue, Virtuoso, start working on getting energy to block the Ochitai.
Yep.
Is that an unmoored ego in Daren's hand? He decides to shock.
Yes, it is.
Rogue Refiner.
Yeah. Get some energy.
By that look, it doesn't look like he got his land
PTQ
drop.
flashbacks. PTQ flashbacks.
Well, he has blue and red. He should have played the Whirler, Rogue, Virtuoso.
I think he was trying to get it.
Get a land drop.
So I think now would be the time, if any.
So Daren with a Collective Brutality, I think he should fire it off here. Because it's a sorcery. He knows that he has a Dispel and a
Naming.
Dispel and a Negate.
Yep.
But
So he gets
Dispel
the
cannot
+1.
hit it. Now he's just going to fire off the Unmoored Ego.
I should have played this instead of this, but I didn't.
Chris, what do you find odd?
I bet you can't guess how many's in the deck, Daren.
Well, I would assume since it's
So Unmoored
Not
Ego
very
naming
necessary,
Feldar
too.
Guardian. Looking at this matchup, maybe Wizards of the Coast pulled their gun too quickly on the bannings. You know? But I liked your idea if they would have just banned Oath of Nissa
You can
and see how the cat combo
Yeah.
could have done. And yeah, the ley line was just super
draw
quick.
for each card. Okay, so I
And I
Uh,
will never know. And that's just my opinion. It may not be the correct opinion or the right one, but I always like seeing where things go.
Yeah,
So it was a brand new format.
it is a
Better-
brand new format, but it has a lot of tested evidence from older formats. And again, we always talk about which card was worse, Hippie or Dark Ritual. Come to think of it, it was Dark Ritual that caused a lot of the problems. Again, which was the problem, Stone Rain or Dingus Egg? Stone Rain was the problem. And, you know, finding the enablers to a combo. Hey, we know that Oath of Nissa is a huge enabler.
Do I need life that bad? I don't think I need life that bad.
So he's firing off
I don't think I need life that bad.
the Collective Brutality after he did Unmoored
Mine
Ego.
is too. That, sure.
So he's just going to kill a creature.
Yeah.
If he would have killed the Servant of the Conduit, he would have been better off. Ooh, look at that, a Veil of Summer.
Turn too late.
I'll push it.
Sure. Oh, he's going to be able to draw a card. And are we going to see that Whirler Virtuoso?
Yes, we are.
So that gives him a couple blockers here. So we have a big room for our other players that are playing in the match, but our feature match we put in this private room. So that way players can, so that way we can kind of talk about it.
Yep.
It's kind of like putting him in a sound room.
It's interesting.
I think Chris is just asking questions, Sam. I think those are all very good questions. Not every store has the luxury of having private game rooms.
8.
Keep in mind these servos aren't doctors.
You sure do, Chris.
Pass room.
I figure you're just inquiring.
Cards. 3.
Tress.
Rogue Fighter.
Sure.
Seven. Go ahead. Kind of put our, both of each other in a position where nobody can really attack.
Right.
Oh man, they're getting ready to get close to time here.
7.
7.
Are you Daren Grom, the legendary PTQ winner?
That's me.
Oh my god.
That's me. That is me.
Sorry.
We played with Brad Nelson.
Go ahead.
Love that.
I did put Brett Nelson.
Was it fun?
No. It wasn't.
Alright, combat.
Oh, jeez. Here it comes.
Swing up.
So that 2, 3, 4. So I go down to 4. That's
You're rooting for Daren, Jordan. That's really good.
You go to 4?
Yeah, I'll go to 4.
So Darren's at 4. Logan has lethal on board for next turn. See if he can get out of it.
He's going to play a Rogue Refiner. Probably a good choice.
Yeah.
Daren has a an Elspeth Sun's Champion in hand. But he's trying to play around that negate.
This is awkward.
Imagine if he would have escalated the collective brutality
You know a fun fact?
and chose to do the duress to get rid of that negate.
Thanks, man.
Tapping 6 mana. He has Dovin's Veto in hand.
Let's try to negate it.
Oh, he does have a Dovin's
Yes,
Veto?
he does.
So he must have just drawn that. Yep. Yeah. And that is time. You want to let them know that it's time?
Make player finish turn. You have 5 initial turns. Take
Oh god. Are your turn
This is
0?
turn 0 for Daren.
You
Yeah.
just played Elspeth? Screw you. Instep. Tokens.
I'm rooting for Logan.
You got Sahili, right? You have Sahili in your hand, right?
4, 5, 6 with 4 blockers, so 2 life.
Let's see. Daren, if Logan would have drawn a Chandra, he probably could have won this right here.
Another guy. Swinging out, you like the biggest guys, and you take 3 and go to 1.
Yeah, he's threatening with 7 damage with 4 blockers.
Well, two Thopters can get in the air, and if you had a Chandra, you just drop the Chandra and win that way.
Do they have haste?
The token would have haste, yes.
The token?
That's the turns. I don't know.
Yes.
See,
He could just.
copy of this guy. Energy.
So the token does get haste. The Whirler Rogue Virtuoso token. You're right, I can't pick sides. But it's the last time we get to see this deck.
Swings.
So block the Thopter.
Hold on. So, how many tigers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yep.
I have 4 blockers.
So the original Whirler Rogue Virtuoso needs to get blocked. I think Logan should also just put up make a Thopter if that one does get blocked. Just to help Saheeli.
Block. Block.
Like a roller combo thing.
So block. So 3 damage will be coming through. 2, 3.
Block. Block the token. Block the whirler.
Popper Palace, thank you for the follow. You're always welcome to battle at the front line.
Yeah. So this gets blocked. All these get blocked in one circle dice.
Yeah.
So you would take 2.
What's that?
It's gonna take 3.
That's a token.
1, 2, 3. Block.
And tokens from me now, boy.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah. There's 3. My bad. I attach, but
It's fine,
in
it's fine.
all fairness.
It's fine.
Yep.
And then this goes away. And then go.
So he kept his Ojutai.
See, I might have messed up.
Yeah, he blocked
Yeah.
And then have another
Whirler
block.
with it.
Well, I have Supreme Verdict in my hand.
Yeah. Where there's still Thopters in the air.
You wouldn't have any free
Darren at 1.
Well, I can't.
He's going to be able to make
I have
3
to
more
monsters,
soldiers.
so Supreme Bird just doesn't matter.
Do I have?
What does he
I
have
don't
in hand?
have.
I mean, Saheeli, if he doesn't kill Saheeli, Saheeli will
If
kill him
Cassidy, you're dead.
because of his
Yeah.
possibility.
And if he does kill Saheeli, the Thopters are going to kill him.
I know.
Unless he has to settle the wreckage.
Let you know my move. I'm gonna make a guy jump it.
Okay.
Make a
Second.
guy chump it. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Supreme Verdict.
Right.
So Saheeli staying on the field. He's got to answer Saheeli.
To go.
Make 3 soldiers. So just off the scry. Yep, and that's the game as Logan takes it 2-1. Just putting too much pressure on with the early,
Dude, you're
the
famous, man.
the early
Thanks, man. You know, I worked
servant of the conduits.
Yeah, things didn't turn out my way this game, but
So congratulations to Logan as he wins that match. We'll be back for round 2 action. Stay tuned. You're watching Primetime Pioneer here at Frontline Games.